Hello, welcome. Just the last really part of the layout is detailing it. And I've purchased a few detailing items, also created some myself. I did get some from a company called 3D Plus. Some of the items are good, some of the items I'm not sure I could use on the layout, so I did buy some wrapping from them. And I just think it's just a bit too bright and a bit too modern, and I don't think it really would suit the interior that I was going to put it in the building. So I might just respray those into a more neutral colour, maybe do them silver and then spray a bit of rust over them afterwards, but don't think I'll be using that one on the layout. I got some oil drums and pallets from them as well. They're actually a very good cheap company, and they do quite good prints. They're not as good or as fine as some of the other companies, but depending on what you're purchasing. I mean, oil drums and pallets, it doesn't matter if they're really fine. I did get the forklift trucks from them, and these are actually really good, nicely printed. I actually have blackened the wheels out and the steering wheel, and you get two, I think it's about £8 or something. And on this one I've used some of the oil barrels and a pallet and just added that onto a load. And I'm sort of have this lorry, but I'm not really going to use this on the layout. I'm just going to use it for temporary until I get one over the period, because this is a really a 90s vehicle, and I want something from the mid to late 70s, you know, no later than 1980. I've got a 1 ton wagon, 1 ton engine hoist, and this is actually a really good print. The company I got this from, it's sort of slipped my mind at the moment. Let me just have a quick look, because these do some very good quality prints, and so this came from Goodwood Scenics. I purchased it unpainted. I think it was it worked out as £10.96 all in with postage. They did a special deal on it with so it was £6.96 for the actual item. When you get it, it looks very, very basic because it's not painted, but it is a very nice fine print. And all you got to do is just get some yellow paint, spray is better, and then just put a few of the details in black, and it becomes quite a good usable part. I also created some track pieces, and all I did was just remove a few of the sleepers and just sprayed them in rust. And the idea of that is I've got some wheel sets, nice and rusty looking, and I'm gonna get all these and attach them to the rails, and then they're just going to sit in the yard. You know, it's like a rusty old unused piece of really, it's just an unused piece, but so and obviously we've got some the traditional backman workers, the traction maintenance staff. I've already used one of them into a loco because he was a loco driver, and I've used him into a loco in the past. I can't remember actually taking it out and using it, but I actually had this for a long time. I've got quite a few sort of ones that have had sort of sitting around in my detailing boxes for quite a while, with characters that hopefully I'll be able to use some of them on the layout. I've used a couple of people on the layout at present. I'm losing one of the wheel sets there. Also, I got these from 3D Plus as well. They were sort of grit boxes, but it actually says salt on the front, on the lid, and I didn't really like that. And I should have really just made my own like I did before, but there was cheap. I think they worked out at £5.49 for 3, so it wasn't over. And all I did was just sand the top down, so it removed all the lettering, and that's become the nice sort of more of a grit box. And I'm just going to then dull this off a little bit, so it's a little bit of weathering around it. But I could have made one really. I just thought, I saw them online and I was purchasing a couple of other items off them, and it just made sense at the time. So, but I only want the one for the layout. So I'm not going to be using those ones on this. They'll go into my detailing box, you know, where any of the spare items that do go in there. Yes, just going back to Goodwood Scenics, I've got some bun steps. These are all I always buy the unpainted, spray them silver. I've sprayed a little bit of rust colour over there, and the same with the loco access steps. I just sprayed these with silver, a little bit of rust on there, and that was it. And I've got one other access steps there as well. And I've done a little bit more detailing painting on this one, so that one probably wouldn't have got left outside like the others and gone a little bit rusty. Created an interior to a fuse box, so I'd like to sort of put this on the layout. I'm going to start getting these on the layout, and then get some locos on there, and this on, and the detailing on the layout, and then. As you can see, I've now added these detailed items to the layout. Got bun steps, got people carrying out their obviously jobs on the layout. Got somebody working on the fuse cabinet there. As you can see, I've added some detail inside the buildings as well. Got some loco steps, some scrap wheels just left outside. Somebody just leaning on their spade. And the next phase, get some locos on the layout. I've now added some locomotives to give it some atmosphere, put the lights on, and you can see what transformation. A class 47 just in the shed there. Very heavily weathered, class 24. Hornby Bagnall shunter, sort of nicely weathered. Takes away the very cheap railroad look. I've just made one small error. This ground signal here, I tested it with class 37s and it was fine. There was enough clearance. Class 47 just catches it and stops it actually coming up the... so I'm going to move that just slightly. May need to do a little bit of weathering just to where it was. But that's the only sort of area that I seem to have. So, thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.